Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Black Woman CEO Workshop. And I'm so excited to share these 3 effective ways to help you become the confident CEO and business leader that not only that you deserve to be, but that you were born to be. And so I know I have a short time with you today, so we're going to get as much valuable content through. But if you stay to the end, I do have a gift and free offers for you so that you can continue in this topic of being an effective and a strong Black woman CEO. So who did you sign up with to hang out with today? Well, my name is Quanisha Smith. I am your Black woman CEO mentor and coach. And what I do is that I help Black women just like you to harness their inner CEO so that you can authentically and powerfully walk in your purpose, honor your calling, and take your business to new heights. And why have I been able to do this? Well, I have a master's in social work, as well as certificates in organizational behavior and management, and I'm a certified corporate life coach and master life coach. And with all my formal studies, I've studied you, Black women leaders, our particular strengths and challenges when it comes to leadership and running organizations. And I've been a part-time entrepreneur for a while, but I went full-time last July 2015 by launching the Black Women Rise movement. And in 7 days, 1,000 Black women joined this movement in order to take charge of their lives, careers, and businesses. And now we have over 2,000 Black women on the rise, and I'm so proud of you and everyone else who is in this community. So that's the Quanisha of today. But let me tell you about the Quanisha of yesterday. So here I was, a new full-time entrepreneur, and I was overworking. I was overstressed and burnt out while being a mom to a toddler. And like many of you, I didn't know what to do. I was just stuck in this mess. And it got so bad that I started to have physical and mental pains to the point where my doctors and my medical professionals suggested that I take off 2 months from my own business. And this was after I had a boom. So using these same CEO strategies that I'm going to teach you today, within 2 months, I generated $14,000 in revenue. And since then, I've tripled that. But I also had to do this. I had to meditate and take a hiatus. And what I know today as standing as an effective Black woman CEO is that we don't have to sacrifice who we are in order to be effective in our businesses. Because once we get in authentic alignment with ourselves, you can go forward and being effective and confident while tending to your values. And my values is for self-care and empowerment. And I'm going to talk more about that because we don't have to continue to play this role of the strong Black woman to our detriment and our business detriment. So who is this session for? So let's take a closer look at this. This session is for you if you started your business but your income is inconsistent and you aren't attracting clients. Maybe you've invested in numerous programs and do-it-yourself courses, but you're unclear as to the next step you really should be taking in your business right now. And this is for you, that Black woman business leader, if you feel overwhelmed and stuck, although you're a go-getter, right? And you just want a trusted advisor to help you. So today I'm talking to you. Now, this is an interactive and a participatory workshop. And I'm here to answer your questions as I go along with this presentation live. So go over to our Facebook group. So if you take a closer look at this, here's the URL. But if you type in Black Women CEO Circle just into the search and just click there to register so that we can talk and you can share your quotes, aha moments, and notes, and even post on social media using the hashtag Black Women CEO so I can see your feedback and what you got out of this. And here's my guarantee for you. If you follow these solutions that I'm presenting here today, you will feel more confident and you will see more consistent results in your business. So let's get down to the content here that you came to share and let's start talking about these 3 effective strategies. So as we take a look at this, one thing that I found from all my studies, even studying with Black women millionaires like Dr. Venus Oprah Reese and millionaire and American Rosetta Thurman, is that we as individual women are not unique. So yes, you're special. I'm not trying to say you're not special, but everything falls under an archetype. And an archetype are common behaviors, common characteristics that we tend to share. And so when I found this in my studies, I want to cover this with you. So if you take a closer look at this, this is what we're going to cover today. we're going to cover Black woman archetypes, right, which are the positive and negative attributes that we bring to a situation. And in order for me to go over the effective ways that you can become a confident CEO, I have to talk about the common mistakes that we make as Black women, and then go into the solutions. And I'm not leaving you alone. You are going to get immediate actions that you can take right now to become the confident leader that you were born to be. So what are some of these archetypes that are impacting Black women? So let's take a look at this. Black women, we are highly visible for stereotypes, which are our negative images. So you may be familiar with some of these terms: the Jezebel, Sapphire, the Mammy, and the strong Black woman. And the problem with stereotypes is that they only focus on the negative. And in a recent study, as exampled in the book titled Shifting, it was a study done by Black women on Black women. Sorry, let me take a breath. I got a little caught up there. And a study called the African American Women Voices Project. And what they found was that about 97% of the respondents said that they were aware of negative images impacting Black women. And here's the kicker: 80% of them said that they were impacted by it. So what the research shows is that we internalize these images, and it impacts how we act and how we behave in our relationships, in the workplace, and how we just go about our everyday lives. So why is this important to business? Well, the thing is that we're so highly visible for our stereotypes, we're not visible for who we are, and you can even say our Black women leadership. And when we do stand out for our leadership, we're penalized heavily. So sometimes we face literal death when you think of sisters like Sandra Bland, and sometimes we face figurative death when you look at the studies that show that Black women are highly qualified and highly credentialed, but we're consistently overlooked for promotion. And it's evident in the fact that we're underrepresented in corporate leadership and political leadership. So if we take a look back at this, you will see that there are some modern day images that I wanted to cover with you to kind of represent these archetypes and stereotypes that we see. So we have Olivia Pope here from Scandal, and she really is the modern day Mammy, right? She's taking care of everyone, and often you don't see her taking care of herself, as we saw throughout the seasons. But the archetype that falls into, the positive side of it, is Isis. It's that ideal mother, that nurturing mother. And then we have on the top right, the modern day Jezebels. So like the Love and Hip Hop shows, right? We see them, they're highly sexual, but the positive side of that is the archetype of Venus, that strong feminine woman who's so strong in her sexuality. And then we have my girl here, Tamar Braxton, where she's Sapphire all day long. You know, but the negative side of Sapphire that we often see is that she's emasculating. She's loud and she appears to be angry. But really, the positive side, the archetype, is the warrior, the female warrior, such as the Amazon, right? Who doesn't take anything from men and charters her own way. So as you can see, there's really some positive sides to these stereotypes that we see. And the one that's the most celebrated and revered, according to Dr. Cherie Parks in her book, Fierce Angels, is the strong Black woman. I have my girl here, Annalise, from How to Get Away with Murder. And the reason why she's celebrated and revered is that everyone in American society knows this strong Black woman and applauds her, right? Because she kind of digs in, she works, she doesn't complain. But this is also the most problematic archetype and image for us. So we can say this archetype is one of like Queen Mother, is that you have this mass of perfection, yet you're not allowed to be human. We hide our emotions, and it's very detrimental to us, and I'm going to go into that. So I just wanted to share some of these common stereotypes and images that we all are internalizing, even if you don't realize it, because either you're saying, I'm not going to be that image, I'm not going to be that loud Black woman, or like I said, you're unconsciously internalizing it and just showing up as it. And this is going to keep impacting your business success. And really the key that I want to emphasize here today, and that I emphasize in the Black Women Rise movement, is that these attributes, what we have to start doing is putting them in service of ourselves. With all these various images, it serves other people and it benefits other people, and it's to our detriment. But the key is to let these attributes be in service of ourselves. So let's get into the first mistake that we often make as Black women CEOs, is that we take on the negative attributes of the strong Black woman. So I just want to tell you a story to illustrate this. So when I was about 5 years old, I accompanied my cousin to the store. Now she was 10 years older than me, so it was appropriate for her to take me. And my grandmother gave her this long list. Now, if your grandmother is anything like mine, and even what the research shows about Black folk, we tend to be very brand loyal. So when my grandmother says, I want a can of Goya beans, she really means she wants the can of Goya beans. Don't come back with the dry lima beans or the store brand lima beans. But my cousin obviously didn't get that. So her logic was, it's better to come back with something than nothing. So here we were at home unpacking these groceries, and my grandmother said this, and she's notorious for saying this. So let's take a look at this. If you want something done right, I have to do it myself. So my grandmother said, if I want something done right, I have to do it myself. And the reason I put here, said every Black woman, is that I've said this, and every single Black woman I've known has said this in some shape, way, or form. And have you said it? And if you haven't said it, do you believe it? See, as Black women, we are socialized that we have to do it all, and we have to do it alone and do it for ourselves. And that's going to be a major detriment to your business, and it's going to bottleneck your business. So the solution to that is that you have to form a new belief that you have the right to ask for help. So think to yourself, are you being a company of one? Are you being a one-woman show? And like I said, this is not going to allow you to grow and even step out of your business to ultimately operate in your CEO role. So some of the ways that you can begin to ask for help are threefold. One, you are the unique genius of your business, right? So start to train other people to do as you do. One of the roles of a CEO is to develop leaders. So train other people in your tactics and your methods. Another way that you can start to ask for help is hire professionals. Now here's the key. You have to trust them in their process, right? That even though their process might be different from yours, they're going to get the results that you were looking for. And the third way to begin to ask for help in your business so that you don't bottleneck it is to invest and hire business mentors and coaches. See, as Black women, we're the type, we'll go get a book and say, I'm gonna figure this out all by myself. But there are business coaches and mentors out there that can give you the shortcut so that you don't have to do this all alone. Many of them have 5-step blueprints and systems. So go, get that help that you need. And so those are 3 ways that you can actually start to get the help that you deserve in your business. So here is your power task. So I want you to take a close look at this. Choose one method right now for how you're going to get support in your business and no longer be a company of one. Choose one method right now. I just gave you 3. So choose one and start to make strides to taking yourself out of your business and getting the support you so much deserve. And this takes us into mistake number 2. So as Black women, and once again, Black women are not a monolith, so I'm really talking from the research perspective here that looks at us as a group. We tend to focus on impact and influence. So I want you to take a second and close your eyes. Imagine someone that you admire in your field, right? Her Instagram is probably on and popping. She has 300 likes on her Facebook page. Maybe there's pictures of her with celebrities, or she's traveling around the world and talking. Now open your eyes now that you have this image of the person that you admire. See, we tend to admire what we want to be. And the mistake that you're making right now is that although that someone has notoriety, sister, let me tell you, it doesn't mean they're not broke, right? We hear of celebrities all the time who are filing for bankruptcy. And even if the person that you admire is doing well, you can't compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. So you're watching this and you're probably in the first 3 years in your business because you're trying to figure out how to get consistent money. And one of the reasons that the person you admire or your digital mentor can focus on impact and influence is because she's probably already bringing consistent income in and she can focus on those activities. So this is what we tend to do when you take a closer look at this. We focus on certain tasks, right, that make us look like we're business owners. So we're on Facebook all day and social media, our phone becomes our best friend, we're taking our selfies and we're, being everywhere, we're showing out, right? We're being loud no matter where we go. But the question I have for you is this. Do you just have an expensive hobby? Because while you may be racking up this influence, are you bringing in consistent income in your business? So the solution here for you, as in the startup phase of your company, usually in those the first 3 years when you're building consistent income, is that you have to focus on revenue generation. You have to focus on bringing money in. And this means you have to learn revenue generating strategies, such as list building, lead generation, and attracting clients. So we can't go into all that today. And if you're not clear, if you aren't bringing in revenue generating or you're not doing revenue generating tasks, this is what I tell people. Check your bank account. It is a good indicator if you're focusing on revenue generating activities. Now, your bank account, I didn't put this here to make you feel bad, and I'm not saying this. Your bank account is not an indicator of your self-worth, but it is an indication sometimes of your activities and the results that you might be getting. So here's your power task right now, and I want you to take a closer look at this. You have to learn revenue generating tasks. And there's so many that I can't go into all of them right now, and that is why I want to share a gift with you. So what I did is that I created a free 7-day challenge for Black women entrepreneurs, and I call it the Mind Your Business Challenge. I'm from the Bronx. I like to say mind your business, but it's actually mind your business for Black women. So if you go to blackwomenceo.com and sign up, you're going to get 7 days of systems and strategies that are going to allow you to, once again, list build, lead generation, and attract clients. And most importantly, you're going to learn the primary role as well as the task as a CEO. So this is how you can start to walk more powerfully and confidently and understand all the facets of a CEO. So once again, go sign up right now for the Mind Your Business Challenge. Go ahead, open your browser and put in Black Women, WOMEN, CEO.com and sign up for the challenge so you can get this information right now. And this takes me to the last mistake that we make. Often Black women, we don't know and we don't claim our worth. So we don't know and we don't claim our worth. And let me tell you why this is. From a young age, we are socialized to serve. Now I want you to hold on with me now. We serve our families, we serve our communities, we serve our faith organizations and churches, right? And you may have heard this term that Black women are the mule of society. So we're socialized to serve with little reward or no reward. And unfortunately, those are often the negative images that we see of the mammy and the strong Black woman. And sister, all this serving is not healthy for you. Studies show that Black women, we have high prevalences of diabetes, high blood pressure, and a number of other stress-related diseases. And the reason why that you can tell it's a direct correlation between serving and these illnesses is because many of these illnesses are preventable, but stress exacerbates them. So one thing you have to start doing is examining, why are you serving? Why is this coming up? And the solution here is really to start understanding your value, and particularly in your business, understand and use value-based pricing. So I want you to stay with me and ask yourself this. What would you pay you for your services? Now, what would you like to get paid for your services? Is there a discrepancy in the two? Right? So if there's a discrepancy, that means you're not using value-based services. So in order to understand this a little more, this is your power task, is to get clarity on what you offer and the value that you offer. So just to give you a quick example, like I said, I'm a mom of a toddler, and one of the services that I use often, and many of you may use, is a babysitter, right? And babysitters have similar features, right? They watch your children while you're gone. But let's think of a high value babysitter. Not only is she watching your child, but she may, clean up for you. Your child might be in their pajamas by the time you get home. And what is she giving you? The value that she's delivering you is peace of mind, ease, comfort. And what's the price of those values? They're priceless. So you're going to pay her her asking price. So if she says, oh, I'm $15 an hour, because she's giving you all these intangible benefits, you're going to pay her. So that's the value. That's really what value-based pricing is. It's not just the features that you offer, it's the benefits and thinking about those intangible emotions that you're serving to your clients. And so many of us look around our field and we see other people who are pricing more than us, and we might internalize that and think there's something wrong with us, and it's not. It's just that you're not using value-based pricing. So if you need help in doing this, I actually have a free offer for you and what I want to do for you. What I do is that I offer 30-minute complimentary Confident CEO strategy sessions so that you can hone in on how these particular mistakes and even some other ones are holding you back, so you can get the clarity that you need to start to generate the consistent revenue in your business. So when you go to blackwomenceo.com and you sign up for the Mind Your Business Challenge, you instantly get access to apply for a Confident strategy session. Now here's the kicker. These are for women who have started their businesses and are not seeing consistent results, because you do have to apply, right? Maybe you've even hired virtual assistants and they're not working for you, but you're overwhelmed also and feeling stuck. So that's who these sessions are for. Now, these sessions are not for you if you're committed to your excuses more than your success, if you're more committed to investing on yourself and in yourself. And let's be real, if we were sitting around the table, you wouldn't raise your hand and say, I'm committed to my excuses. So that really is an internal conversation I want you to have. And so I really look forward to speaking with you in these Confident CEO sessions to let you know you're not alone, and I'm here to support you along this walk so that you can be a confident Black woman CEO. And I want to leave you with this today. Power is the ability to create your reality. Power is the ability to create your reality. So sister, go forth in your power and stand in it so that you can create the reality where you are a confident Black woman CEO and having consistent results that you desire in your business. So thank you, and I look forward to speaking with you and seeing you in the Facebook group as well as in the Mind Your Business Challenge.